Good morning, students. This is Dr. Arindam, and today we'll be starting competency number 6.12. Right? If you have attended my previous classes, you know that we have been covering competency number 5.2 in great detail. All right, we made videos about structure and function of hemoglobin. We made how oxygenation, deoxygenation, oxygen dissociation curve, everything. Right? So I think that part is gone. Okay, it's over. Only one thing I told you that I will explain, but I haven't explained yet, is Haldane effect. Okay, I will explain it in a different occasion. Bohr effect, Haldane effect, I will recapitulate, right? But today is about hemoglobin. Actually, hemoglobin is covered in competency 5.2 as well, but it mainly deals with the structure of hemoglobin and the function of hemoglobin and how both are related, and we have covered that in great detail. Today, since we are covering mainly focusing on competency 6.12, it says describe major types of hemoglobin. I mean, kitne type of hemoglobin hote hai, how many types of hemoglobin are there, and its derivatives that are found in the body. Means hemoglobin can be converted to many things. क्या क्या बन सकता है from hemoglobin, okay? And their physiological or pathological relevance. It means what they do normally, physiological, and what if they go excess or there is some problem, that is pathological. Okay, so this is the whole thing, topic of our discussion. We may not be able to complete the whole thing in one class. Definitely we could have, alright, but since we are going very slow, I may take more than one class to cover this, okay? So again, let me tell you, you might be knowing many things, right? So it will be good that we'll be recapitulating a few things that may have been already taught in physiology, and we'll be learning something new as well, right? So first, we will discuss normal and then we will go to abnormal, right? So normal hemoglobin variant. What do we mean by this thing? Normal hemoglobin variant. It means hemoglobin that are physiologically present, right? It means it is normally present. Okay, it is not presence of these are not abnormal, right? So physiological phase of life means today I am 5 feet 8 inches. Okay, I'm just giving an example, but I wasn't always like this. Okay, at some point of time in my physiological life, I was an embryo. Okay, then I became a fetus in my mother's womb. Then I was a child, and then I am growing up like that. It's same for everyone, right? So now I am an adult. I have got adult hemoglobin in my blood. Okay. You must have heard about fetal hemoglobin that is present when a human being is a fetus, right? So this is what we are talking about. So normal hemoglobin variant means presence of these are normal in respective physiological phases. Okay, so when are these present, right? So role of normal hemoglobin variant, what are their role? Okay, to rightly fit for that particular physiological phase of life. It means when someone is a fetus, or in fetus we need fetal hemoglobin. So in fetus, fetal hemoglobin is normal, so that is playing a normal role in its physiological form. However, when a fetus grows into from birth onwards, the fetal hemoglobin is not normal, right? So then it is replaced with adult hemoglobin. So whenever that particular hemoglobin fits rightly to that stage, physiological phase of life, that is normal hemoglobin variant. We will read very soon that these normal hemoglobin may appear normal in some phase of life, but if they are present outside that range, I mean when someone is not fetus, still he or she is having fetal hemoglobin, then that's abnormal, right? But now we are studying normal. So in case of normal, the deal is it is rightly fit for that physiological phase of life. And what does hemoglobin do? Hemoglobin mainly, majority, has one function, that is transport and deliver oxygen. That we have read, that we know. Okay. However, and maintains normal cellular activity. So depending on that physiological stage of life, cellular activity differs. Okay, for example, in embryo, cellular activity is different. In case of fetus, cellular activity is different. When a growing child, physiological activity is different. So depending on the needs, that normal variant of hemoglobin should be able to cope up with the transport and delivery of oxygen. जब देना है तब ठीक ठाक देगा, ठीक है, बच्चे में या बढ़े में, whenever there is a more need or less need, ऊपर वाले ने have given that variant of hemoglobin to rightly fit into that physiological phase. Okay, so what are the examples of normal variants of hemoglobin? Okay, so these are, we will start right from the embryonic stage, right? So generally globin chain synthesis happens at 3rd week of gestation, right? After 3rd week of gestation, the embryonic hemoglobin starts to appear, and this is also an MCQ question. It may be also asked in Viva, right? So what are these? These are HB Gower, okay? HB Gower and HB Portland. So there are two variations of HB Gower, HB Gower 1, HB Gower 2 and hemoglobin Portland. Okay, these are the 3 different variants of embryonic hemoglobin. Believe me, this slide is important. What is more important for MCQ purpose is the combination. Okay, how these, we already know. In case of hemoglobin, there are 4 different globin chains, right? 4 different globin chains are composed of identical dimers. We have read in case of adult hemoglobin from our previous lessons that alpha 2 beta 2 like that, right? However, that alpha globin and beta globin is an adult form. Every time it's not the same thing, right? So whenever it's an embryonic form, it varies. Now you might tell me, sir, okay, so now first see, these are Greek alphabets, okay? So this is zeta 2, epsilon 2, this is alpha 2, epsilon 2, and this is zeta 2 and gamma 2, okay? This symbol is zeta, this is epsilon, this is alpha, this is epsilon. You know what the deal is: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, okay, epsilon, and this one is zeta, okay? Anyway, so ideally, if you are looking from a truly alphabetical phase, the nomenclature should have been, the first hemoglobin that appears should have been alpha 2 beta 2. This, I am talking outside syllabus, okay? However, these were named as per their discoveries, okay? So the first globin chain that was decoded, right, was alpha chain. Thereafter beta chain, okay? Then they started experimenting because adult blood was much more easily available. Then came fetal blood. So in adult blood, alpha 2 beta 2, then fetal blood. Then they saw there was another hemoglobin in adult, that is delta. So like that, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, eta, theta, zeta, many type of globin chains are there, right? So this thought, if it is coming to your mind, just get it out. Okay, there is no relation of alpha, beta and embryonic. Okay, you have to simply memorize this. Okay, there is no formula, right? These were named according to the discovery phases. So for MCQ purpose, very important. Again, I am telling you, Gower 1 is zeta 2 epsilon 2, Gower 2 is alpha 2 epsilon 2, and Portland is zeta 2 gamma 2. It may be very difficult to remember, so keep this slide as one of those slides or one of those information that you need to revise before the day of exam, right? So we move along. Moving along, when the embryo, okay, slowly grows, okay, past 6 weeks, okay, then fetal hemoglobin starts to appear. Okay, in fetal stage, the major hemoglobin is HbF. Okay, HbF is fetal hemoglobin. The 2 subunits of HbF, I mean the globin chains. Okay, heme is fixed, heme plus globin. Okay, heme is iron. Okay, we already know that. However, the globin chains are alpha 2 and gamma 2. Okay, this is the major hemoglobin. And what is the minor hemoglobin? I mean minor fraction, okay, that is present in much less amount. That is the actual HbA1. This is the adult hemoglobin, okay. This is mainly will be found in you and me, right? So its subunit HbA1 subunit are alpha 2 and beta 2. So remember, in case of fetus, the major hemoglobin is fetal hemoglobin. I mean, the major fraction is fetal hemoglobin and the minor fraction is adult hemoglobin. Okay. And in adult stage, what happens? The major portion is, of course, adult hemoglobin or HbA1, that is alpha 2, beta 2. And there are very few, negligible portion of other hemoglobins as well. Okay, these include HbA2. Okay, another variant of adult hemoglobin whose subunits are alpha 2 and delta 2. Okay, HbA3, this may not be found in all textbooks even. Okay, HbA3, and if examiner mentions, generally it is wise not to mention HbA3 first. Okay, because examiner will invariably ask you, okay, then tell me what is HbA3, and it won't be possible for you to tell the details at your level unless you read hematology textbook, which is beyond the scope of your time to cover the syllabus. So avoid HbA3, right? Just tell, okay, the minor hemoglobins are HbA2, fetal hemoglobin, HbA1c, etc. Examiner might ask, okay, can you name any other type of hemoglobin other than these that you have mentioned? Then you can say, sir, in class or ma'am, in class, while we are being taught, जब पढ़ाया गया था, then our teacher mentioned HbA3, which is present in old RBCs, but he or she didn't mention any details about it. यही exactly बोलना है. This is the thing that you must mention. Okay, you should answer. You should know about HbA2, you should know about HbF, and you should know about HbA1c. Definitely, ये तीनों जानना ही है. But HbA3 you are not supposed to know. You are supposed to know the name only. That too, when you have answered quite well, then only examiner will ask. So please, it's my request, don't answer HbA3 to start with. अब जब मैंने बोल दिया ना, द प्रॉब्लम इज यही घूमेगा दिमाग में. आई टोल्ड यू दिस नॉट टू आंसर. अब द थियोरी ऑफ नेगेटिव थिंकिंग होता है क्या, यू विल फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग. एंड एडल्ट स्टेज में क्या रहता है, सब भूल गया, अब बोल दिया HbA3, अब इट विल बी प्रॉब्लम. ओके, सो डोंट डू दैट, बी वेरी केयरफुल. ओके, सो just a few things you should know. Again, details are not needed. Okay, just have some idea. What is the idea? All globin polypeptide chains are homologous. Okay, means they look almost the same, which arise from same ancestral gene. Means there was one parental gene. Okay, maybe in our ancestor, maybe in lower life form, from which all these globin chains have been ultimately developed, right? So beta polypeptide chain, that is beta globin, consists of 146 amino acid, right? Gamma chain consists of 146 amino acid. Delta chain also consists of 146 amino acids. So we are seeing the number of amino acids are same in all, right? Alpha, gamma and delta. However, the inside, I mean 146 are different amino acid, right? So if we compare beta and gamma, we will see that beta and gamma differs in 39 places. Means suppose these are the amino acids that are linked one after another, 146 amino acids. So leucine, isoleucine, valine, glutamic acid, etc. are there, right? So if we exactly compare those 146 chains of beta and gamma, we will see that they differ in 39 places. So 39 different amino acids are present compared to beta at 39 different places. Amino acids are 20 only, right? So the places, I mean, it differs at 39 zones. And in case of delta chain, okay, they are much more closer to the beta chain. It resembles much closer. So they delta chain actually differ in 10 position, okay, not 10th. 10वां position में अलग amino acid नहीं है. In 10 different places, different amino acids are there compared to the beta chain. Okay, so ये concept एकदम clear रहना चाहिए. So gamma, everything 146. Okay, all amino acid that I have discussed, all I mean globin chain, beta, gamma, delta, they have 146. But gamma is very different from beta because it differs in 39 places. But delta is a bit similar to beta because only 10 places are different. But it may appear only 10. Believe me, even one amino acid substitution can lead to a hell lot of problem. Sickle cell anemia is one such example. Okay, a single point mutation leads to a very dreadful disease. So let us look at the globin genes of normal hemoglobin variants, right? So the globin genes I just mentioned, normal hemoglobin variant means both adult hemoglobin, fetal hemoglobin, embryonic hemoglobin, everything is normal hemoglobin variant. Okay, we are talking about embryonic hemoglobin in embryo, fetal hemoglobin in fetus, and adult hemoglobin in adult. So respective physiological time they are rightly fit. Okay, so one thing to note is the alpha subunit and zeta subunit. Okay, when they are actually needed for embryonic. So these two are mainly needed for embryonic. Okay. Sometimes I told you gamma is also needed, because you just saw in case of Portland gamma is also needed, right? So the gene for zeta and alpha are located in chromosome number 16. Okay, this is a very important MCQ. So zeta and alpha, chromosome number 16. Okay, beta, delta, gamma and epsilon are in chromosome number 11. Even if you can forget this slide, whatever combination diagram this red, green, blue, simply forget everything. Just make your own note. Okay, right now उसमें लिखो alpha and zeta are synthesized in chromosome number 16. Okay, and rest, I mean beta, gamma, delta and epsilon are synthesized in chromosome number 11. That's the only information you need as a first year student. When you are a postgraduate student, definitely nothing. If you know the formula of whatever combination is there, you can easily mark those MCQs as well. For example, now the question, they will not simply ask you what chromosome, which hemoglobin is synthesized. That is only for Viva. Okay, what I told you, being a first year student, it is only important for Viva. I mean alpha and zeta in 16 and beta, gamma, delta, epsilon in 11, right? How will it come as an MCQ? MCQ may directly come that fetal hemoglobin is synthesized in which genes, or what genes are helpful to synthesize fetal hemoglobin. Then you need to mention, I mean दिमाग पे जोर लगाना पड़ेगा that fetal hemoglobin has got alpha 2 and gamma 2. Alpha synthesize होता है in chromosome 16 and gamma synthesis होता है in chromosome number 11. I hope you have seen in both fetal and in adult alpha chain is fixed, है ना? It's only in case of and even in case of embryo, actually everywhere both genes will be needed. So chromosome 11 and 16, whether you are considering fetus, see in fetus there is combination of blue and red. Okay, so blue is coming from 11 and red is coming from 16. Even in case of Portland, there is yellow and violet. So violet is coming from 16 and yellow is coming from chromosome number 11. So basically, even if you forget everything, this color diagram, क्या क्या होता है ना, कभी याद नहीं रहता, लेकिन ये diagram दिमाग में बैठ जाता है, right? So if you just look at it, then you can visualize, okay, ये color कहाँ पे था? So violet, orange and red, basically these are red only. We consider this as alpha, okay? So violet and red is in chromosome number 16 and rest of the colors are in chromosome number 11. So basically you need to apply your brain, but know this, almost always whatever the combination is, it needs both 16 and 11. So दोनों 16 and 11 से combination लगेगा, right? So any other gene that is mentioned will be the odd one out. So even if you forget everything, so just remember 11 and 16 में hemoglobin का, I mean globin genes का different homologous dimer का source है, right? Mark everything out. So 11 and 16, okay? So different, so what are the globin chains in different stages of human life? So देखो, this is a diagrammatic representation, okay? So if you now remember what are the different hemoglobins that are needed, what are the combination, then easily ये समझ में आ जाएगा. देखो, whenever it's in embryonic stage, okay, the zeta, epsilon, these are there, okay? So the graph starts like this and they start to fall whenever when it starts to approach near 6 weeks, okay, these value drastically fall. So epsilon and zeta are almost not found. Okay, so because embryo is now converting into the fetus, so what hemoglobin will play a major part? That is alpha and gamma. So alpha and gamma is also there during embryo, and alpha and gamma quickly goes up when it reaches 6 weeks, and then it stays, right? We know that in case of adult hemoglobin, okay, in case of adult hemoglobin, alpha is also a part of adult hemoglobin. So from 6 weeks, it will proceed. The concentration of alpha will remain absolutely highest throughout the rest of the life till the embryo dies, I mean being an adult, okay, after being born. In contrast, you can see gamma, okay, this figure may be present in every textbook. If it's not present, you can just take a screenshot. So gamma, in contrast, it also goes high along with alpha. So it is forming fetal hemoglobin alpha 2, gamma 2, right? However, at birth, okay, it generally starts to fall when the baby, I mean the fetus reaches its term, delivery के time पे, right? सो वी ऑफन ये टर्म तो हम लोग सुने होंगे कि प्री टर्म डिलीवरी हुआ, प्री मच्योर डिलीवरी. इट मीन्स इट वॉज सपोज टू बी डिलीवर्ड एट 40 वीक्स ऑफ जेस्टेशन. रिमेंबर, यही नॉर्मल एज है, 40 वीक्स ऑफ जेस्टेशन. ठीक है, हम लोग मूवी में सुना, सीरियल में सुना, सबके पास सुना 9 महीना, 9 months is how much? 36 weeks. So actually it's 9 months 7 days, right? So 40 weeks actually, okay, we calculate from LMP in such a way so that it's actually 9 months 7 days, but whatever, being a first year student, you should know 40 weeks is actually gestation time. However, in clinical practice, from 36 to 40 we allow for elective cesarean section. From 36 the fetus becomes viable. Viable means the fetus or the baby will live on its own without any maternal support. क्या सपोर्ट चाहिए होता है? मेनली रेस्पिरेटरी सपोर्ट. ओके, हार्ट फंक्शंस, ब्रेन फंक्शंस, एवरीथिंग फंक्शंस, बट द लंग्स रिमेन इमैच्योर, राइट? सो प्री टर्म बेबीज में क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है? लंग्स मैच्योर नहीं होता है, सो दे नीड वेंटिलेशन. उन लोग को NICU में रखना पड़ता है, PICU, पेडियाट्रिक इंटेंसिव केयर यूनिट, न्यूनेटल इंटेंसिव केयर यूनिट, नीकू पीकू बोलते हैं. तो वहाँ पे रख के वी गिव रेस्पिरेटरी सपोर्ट मेनली. वी ऑल्सो गिव ड्रग्स सो दैट लंग्स मैच्योर, ओके, प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन्स देते हैं, एवरीथिंग. वी आर नॉट डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दैट. Our point of discussion is why fetus actually struggles. It's because the level of adult hemoglobin is still not reached its optimal level. अगर adult hemoglobin ज़्यादा हो जाए, अच्छा हो जाए, okay, there are 2 things that are needed. Number 1, surfactant, वो होता है lecithin, ठीक है? It prevents collapse of alveoli. Okay, that is one physiological aspect. That prevents collapse of alveoli. तो alveoli अगर ठीक से फूलना start हो जाए, then gaseous exchange is allowed, okay. And the second biochemical thing is hemoglobin should also be fully functional. What will alveolus do being fully inflated or deflated unless there is a hemoglobin? So fetal hemoglobin generally should start falling after 30 weeks, but if the baby is very premature, there are a few instances where due to some medical reasons or anything, baby may get delivered as early as 24, 25, 26. Those babies really face struggle to cope up. With modern medical support, definitely it happens. However, the point of discussion is fetal hemoglobin is actually much less efficient than adult hemoglobin in delivering oxygen. It is very efficient in capturing oxygen, right? We'll be discussing it soon. But so basically the diagram क्या बोल रहा है? Diagram is saying fetal hemoglobin should start to fall, and after birth, at birth, okay, fetal hemoglobin and adult hemoglobin generally remain at 50-50 concentration, right? But soon after birth, fetal hemoglobin, I mean the gamma chain synthesis drastically falls, so fetal hemoglobin falls and adult hemoglobin really starts to take over. Okay, this is the postnatal age, I mean after birth, right? This part. Anyway, this is more relevant in future when you will be studying obstetrics and gynecology, but the foundation should be dealt in this class, okay? Obstetrics and gynecology mein this is a very whole chapter, right? Anyway, and post graduation karge to aur bhi zyada padhna padega is pe. Forget everything. Our main concern is alpha goes high and it remains, okay? Gamma goes high and it falls, and beta is very low when it is in fetal stage, and beta goes up when it is an adult stage, right? And epsilon and zeta falls just after, I mean within 6 weeks. Okay, fine, right? So we will now take up individual hemoglobins. ठीक है? So I hope अब तक जितना डिस्कस किया ना नॉर्मल फिजियोलॉजी, दैट शुड बी क्लियर, राइट? सो वी विल स्टार्ट विद फीटल हीमोग्लोबिन फर्स्ट. ओके, वन थिंग, एम्ब्रायोनिक हीमोग्लोबिन जितना मैं बोला हूँ, दैट स्लाइड यू डोंट नीड टू नो मच मोर देन दैट. ठीक है? HbF is much more important. So HbF is a normal hemoglobin variant. I told you, normal. Okay? When? Kab? When fetus and in newborn infants, because I told you HbF is 50-50. 50 means it is dominant, right? It is half. So in fetus it is major, and in newborn infants it is also major. So it is a normal hemoglobin variant in those. So fetal hemoglobin, I mean fetal globin of, globin of HbF has got two subunit, 2 alpha and 2 gamma, right? And I told you already, globin chain differs from beta in 39 amino acid residues. Okay, actually क्या होता है, the histidine residue at 143rd. So now we are going into further detail कि 39 जगह पे तो different है, लेकिन कौन सा वो main reason है जिसके वजह से adult hemoglobin is much more efficient. Okay. So histidine residue at 143 position of beta globin chain, it has been compared when the two chains have been put side by side. वो क्या होता है, it is replaced with serine. ठीक है, HbF में. So 143rd position में in adult hemoglobin there is histidine, okay, whereas in fetal hemoglobin that is serine. Okay, bus, this is the main thing. This is one MCQ. Okay, if the exam is very hard, that it might be asked, otherwise भूल जाओ. Actually in adult hemoglobin there are two histidine, one is proximal and one is distal, and both play a role in oxygen carrying and oxygen dissociation. So that thing is not there in case of fetal hemoglobin. So regarding biosynthesis of fetal hemoglobin, we already discussed that alpha globin chain is located on 16th chromosome, and gamma globulin is on 11th chromosome, right? So we are repeating the same thing over and over again. So when do fetal hemoglobin actually starts to synthesize in the embryo? I told you embryonic hemoglobin, I mean Portland, Gower, etc., those start from 3rd week and they continue till 6th week. So from 7th week the HbF predominates, those go down and alpha gamma will be the main thing, right? And they will continue to predominate during 2nd and 3rd trimester. We should know that the whole pregnancy, this 9 months, 7 days or 40 weeks, are actually divided into 3 zones. The first 3 months is the first trimester, the middle one is the 2nd trimester, and the last one is the 3rd trimester. So in all these 3 trimester, HbF is the predominant hemoglobin in the fetus, and it's also present at birth in newborn infants, right? However, post-birth, we saw in the diagram, there is a rapid postnatal decline in HbF level. So it will start to fall, and hemoglobin A will start to rise, means gamma chain synthesis will start falling and beta chain synthesis will start rising. Alpha is fixed, so alpha gamma has to be replaced by alpha beta. Fetal hemoglobin has to be replaced by adult hemoglobin. When ultimately it is fully complete, the thing is fully complete, that is within 4 months. Okay, within 4 months, mind it, it's an uncertain range. I am not saying at 4 months, 4 महीना हुआ तो कल तक इतना था, आज से 0. No, it's within 4 months. So in individual or babies to babies, it will vary. In some babies it may be as early as in 3 weeks, some baby it may be 4 months, 1 to 2 days. So generally 4 months is a rough period. So within 4 months after birth, that fetal hemoglobin is completely replaced by adult hemoglobin. All right, so this is a rough time that you should keep in your mind. Okay, देख लो फिर से. So I think there shouldn't be any confusion. One thing, this one, what is this one? This one is actually the site okay, where these hemoglobins are synthesized, okay. So hemoglobin, the embryonic hemoglobins are synthesized in yolk sac, all right. Fetal hemoglobin, that is alpha, gamma, and also beta, because beta will also start to develop, but it is very less. I told you, in case of fetus, the normal hemoglobin variant, the major is fetal hemoglobin and the minor is adult hemoglobin. So alpha beta will also be present, right, but it is in very low concentration. So both liver and spleen during fetal stage helps in production of, I mean hematopoiesis, production of red blood cell, production of hemoglobin, right. And after, I mean when during birth, I mean during third trimester, or when the baby reaches term and after birth, liver and spleen hematopoiesis, generally their role goes down and bone marrow takes over, right. So these things are all very common. I think you have been taught in physiology, so I am not giving too much time, but know this: embryo, yolk sac, fetus, liver and spleen, and bone marrow in case of postnatal stage to adults, right. So let us discuss the few function and feature of HbF. Mind it, HbF will come as a short note, okay. HbF may come as a part of long question regarding hemoglobin. HbF will be asked in Viva. HbF can be asked as an explain why type of question. So it's very important. That is, of course, if it was not important, I wouldn't have been teaching you anyway. So the role of HbF, very easy. It is present in fetus and it plays the normal role of hemoglobin. So HbF functions in loading and unloading of oxygen in fetus and newborn infants. Simple. This is the role of HbF. Wherever they are present, they help in loading and unloading of oxygen. But some things are different. Okay, what is different compared to adult hemoglobin? HbF has a high affinity for oxygen than adult hemoglobin. Means HbF will get saturated very easily even if oxygen concentration is very low. That is known as high affinity, right. It will catch hold of everything. And it has been found that HbF has got low affinity for 2,3-BPG. Means in case of adult hemoglobin, 2,3-BPG can help to release the oxygen. That is not possible in case of fetal hemoglobin, okay. So high affinity for oxygen and low affinity for 2,3-BPG. That is actually, both are inversely related anyway. So hemoglobin F, that I just told you, binds with oxygen at lower PO2 concentration compared to HbA1. Means suppose my oxygen concentration is 50. Okay, I am just taking an hypothetical number, right. So one who has got low affinity, okay, will think, okay, fine, now it's 50. I won't bind much because I will bind whenever the oxygen concentration is 100. Okay, that is the thought process of a low affinity hemoglobin. Whereas something which has very high affinity, it will think, well, 50 is enough for me, so give me everything. So this is the difference between fetal hemoglobin and adult hemoglobin. Adult hemoglobin क्या करता है, जब ऑक्सीजन बहुत हाई होता है तभी बाइंड करता है, राइट. Whereas fetal hemoglobin क्या करता है, whenever oxygen is बहुत लो होने पे भी बाइंड कर जाता है. सो P50 for hemoglobin F is 20 torr, whereas in case of adult hemoglobin कितना है, 27. Okay, we will, I hope you should remember it. Okay, जो भी है. So it means even at very low pressure or very low oxygen concentration, half of the hemoglobin, fetal hemoglobin is saturated. Generally we measure this affinity constant etc. or binding capacity by the 50% mark. Okay, कितना में 50% bind हुआ, basically that gives the curve naturally. So P50 for HbF is 20 torr, right. So basically what is this, HbF has low oxygen releasing or unloading capacity. अफिनिटी वॉज मोर, लेकिन छोड़ेगा नहीं, देता सबके पास, होता सबके पास है लेकिन देता कोई नहीं, लाइक 3 Idiots, दैट एनालॉजी. सो इट विल धन, सो इट विल ग्रैब ऑक्सीजन. द करेंसी धन क्या है हीमोग्लोबिन का, दैट इज ऑक्सीजन, राइट. सो इट विल, फीटल हीमोग्लोबिन विल ग्रैब ऑक्सीजन but it cannot deliver. So what is happening if we compare the oxygen dissociation curve to adult hemoglobin, it will shift towards left. So any increased affinity or any decreased delivery means curve will shift to the left. Okay. So इसका क्या significance है? So what is, अगर इतना बुरा है, then what is the need? Because oxygen, tissues need oxygen, you know that, right? So the hemoglobin that helps in easy delivery should have been the best hemoglobin, right? But there is a problem. The thing is, adult hemoglobin is very good in delivering oxygen, right? But adult hemoglobin can only get saturated when the oxygen availability is very high, that is in lungs. In lungs, that is the source of oxygenation of our, adult hemoglobin, adult blood. However, in case of fetus, their lungs are not functioning. Their only source of oxygen is maternal blood, right? And what is maternal blood? Maternal blood is actually the blood that is reaching the tissue level. Okay, placenta is the tissue. We all know that blood in adult which is at lungs is maximum saturated, and which reaches the tissue are not that much saturated. So compared to the blood in lungs, the placental blood has much low oxygen tension or oxygen concentration. That is why even in that low concentration, in order for the fetal organs to survive, we need a hemoglobin that can catch hold or that can get saturated even at that low level, right? So that is the significance of fetal hemoglobin, that maternal blood which has comparatively low PO2 will still be able to saturate the whole hemoglobin, right? So it has got a very high oxygen affinity, and it gets oxygenated at low PO2 of maternal blood, right? So this makes the transplacental transfer of oxygen more efficient. From maternal to fetal blood, oxygen should be transferred, right? And this presence of this fetal hemoglobin, it helps in capturing of oxygen from maternal blood and delivering it to the fetal blood. However, the thing is, in uterus, okay, the actual cellular growth is happening, definitely, mainly hormonal addition of tissues and cells, but individual cellular metabolism is actually very low. That the active growth actually starts after birth, right? Growth spurt, we call that, right? Due to that, the availability or the need of oxygen in fetal cells is much lower, right? Therefore, it has been found that hemoglobin F can rightly cope up with the need, because it is catching hold of oxygen from a low oxygen concentration blood, that is the maternal placental blood, and it is also releasing oxygen very slowly. However, this low release of oxygen is still sufficing, it is still normal, because the low metabolic activities in fetal cell, they require low amount of oxygen. So everything is low. Maternal concentration is, oxygen concentration is low, so the source is lower, and the final delivery thing is also low. However, we need to grab oxygen from maternal blood, so affinity of fetal hemoglobin for oxygen should be very high. So this is the normal physiology of HbF that you should understand, right? So that being said, if HbF is found in adult, that is not right. Okay, something is wrong. So how much more? Normally HbF in adult is less than 1%. 100% में अगर 1% भी से भी ज़्यादा हुआ, then it is abnormal, right? So HbF is more than 1% in adult blood is abnormal. मिलता है, definitely मिलता है. For example, in case of thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, see, in case of sickle cell disease, 15 to 20% of HbF is found in patient, right? Because there is a defect in globin chain synthesis. क्यों मिलता है? Because genetic mutation, right? So in case of sickle cell anemia, one example, there is a very high concentration of HbF in adult blood, and higher, उससे भी ज़्यादा percentage will be found in individual suffering from beta thalassemia. Beta thalassemia क्या होता है? Beta thalassemia is a disease where there is a defect in beta globin synthesis. So there is no possibility of producing adult hemoglobin. So in order to cope up with the physiology, what is left now? That is fetal hemoglobin. So gamma comes to rescue. So alpha 2 gamma 2, that is HbF, is found in fetal blood, right? However, this is inefficient. As I told you, since the oxygen delivering capacity is very poor, so generally there will be hypoxic injury to the cells and the patient of thalassemia will die unless we supply blood externally. So thalassemia patient will need external blood transfusion, जिसमें adult hemoglobin होगा, that will help in grabbing of oxygen, that will help in delivering to the tissue, especially brains, right? So and actually ये जो defect है ना, defect in beta globin chain synthesis, we know from our genetic concepts, right? As well as will be taught in future molecular biology lessons what is homologous chromosome loci क्या होता है. So generally there are two genes, this should be known or we will be teaching you. So this defect in globin chain synthesis may be more, okay, where the complete globin chain synthesis is absent, then we call it beta thalassemia major, all right. Or in some cases this defect in beta globin synthesis may not be that much, then there will be not that much high value of HbF, okay, रहेगा लेकिन alpha 2 beta 2 भी रहेगा, that we call it thalassemia minor, okay. Another hemoglobin, another variant of adult hemoglobin rises in thalassemia, that is HbA2, we call it alpha 2 delta 2, okay. So excuse me, I have a call. Can you see क्या है? IndusInd बैंक एक्सेप्ट करूँ करके कुछ गाली दूँ? नो, बेकार, छोड़ो, क्या फ़ायदा. They are also doing their job, no, they have to meet their target during COVID time. So you can simply ignore the calls, or just know this, that needy men are actually meeting their targets behind the desk and they may be the sole earning member. So always be respectful to everyone, ठीक है? गाली मत देना कभी भी. अनाय करे तो simply block कर दो, right? So in case of adult, I mean thalassemia, where was I? Alright, so we are discussing in case of beta thalassemia, there is a high level of HbF in blood, okay. So depending on the type of thalassemia, whether it is minor or major, the amount of fetal hemoglobin will be very high. No, this is thalassemia gene is inherited from parents. So if both the parent have got thalassemia trait or thalassemia minor, then the baby will be a thalassemia major baby. So premarital counseling is very essential, okay. It is preventable disease because once the baby is born, it is a nightmare for parents, okay. So it is much better to counsel and go for adoption. See, basically this is not a ground for that shadi nahi hoga, okay. We are not going into that medical legal details of marriage, okay. This is a ground for not having a baby, okay. We can go for adoption. There are multiple options, but if one of the patient is fit and fine, then baby will have thalassemia minor or thalassemia trait, but that baby will be non-symptomatic, asymptomatic, okay. Anyway, so what does high levels of HbF in adult will release in, will lead to low release of oxygen at tissue level, okay. So this requirement of oxygen will not be met and HbF does not fit in adult life, we already know. So HbF in adult life is abnormal hemoglobin variant, HbF in fetus is normal, okay. So now we are looking at the P50 values. We are comparing hemoglobin A and fetal hemoglobin, okay, HbA and HbF. So P50 for HbA is 27. So at 27 mm of Hg, 50% of HbA will be saturated. However, at Hb, when we are considering HbF, at 20 millimeter of mercury constant torr, the pressure, partial pressure of oxygen, it will be half saturated. So naturally we see the affinity of HbF for oxygen is much lower, okay. So next discussion will be, so this is all about HbF. So fetal hemoglobin to over hai, okay. Now we move to adult hemoglobin. There is a little bit of time, so we will discuss something about a few things about adult hemoglobin and then we will stop when the time is over, right? So देखो, fetal hemoglobin, all about that. Short note is a new thing that you should read, okay, you should try to remember the normal function of fetal hemoglobin क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता, what are the combination, what chromosome it is synthesized in, how fetal hemoglobin helps in oxygen carrying in fetus but how it is not helpful in adult, and in case of thalassemia and sickle cell anemia fetal hemoglobin increases in adulthood. Okay, so those are the things. In case of adult hemoglobin, okay, we already know HbA1 and HbA2, these are two forms of adult hemoglobin. Okay, one thing I should show you, I think we missed, we have come a long way from the where were we, the chart. Okay, just one slide. See this thing, this delta, okay, this delta is present in adults but it is very 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 low. Okay, बहुत कम है compared to this alpha and beta. Okay, this is very minor, for example 1%. Okay, but it's still there. Okay, so in case of so after 4th week fetal hemoglobin is completely replaced by adult hemoglobin, right? But this delta is still there. So HbA2 will be there, but it is very 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 low. So you can see 1.5 to 3.2%, right? And this is major, almost 99%, 90 to 98, and very very less will be 0.5 to 0.8 is HbF. So this is basically non-existent, this is present but minor, and this is major. Okay, combination alpha 2 beta 2 for adult hemoglobin, alpha 2 delta 2 for the minor variant of adult hemoglobin, and alpha 2 gamma 2 for fetal hemoglobin. Okay, again same thing, कहाँ पे होता है? So when we are considering adult, okay, since alpha 2 both are synthesized in chromosome number 16, right, and beta maximum, so there are 2 chromosomes, right? We already know that, I mean 2 wings of chromosome. So 48 होता है from chromosome number 11. Basically this is a percentage, this diagram is not needed, just know chromosome number 11 and 16, you are done. This is basically showing how much is formed in which chromosome, but we already know that, right? So we move on. So this is the main or adult hemoglobin or HbA1 that is present majorly, 96 to 98%. Okay, major form of hemoglobin in adult and in children over 7 months. So when the baby reaches term beyond 7 months, this will start to dominate, right? Along with fetal hemoglobin when it is in fetus. And देखो, we are not talking about, this is not a fetus, okay, in utero nahi hai, in utero, I mean in term it is that 50-50. We discussed that by 4 months the synthesis of hemoglobin F is completely reduced, right? But still the transition phase we told within 4 months, so 4 to 7, some textbooks say 4 and some textbooks say 7. Just note this, in children above 6 months of age, that is beyond 7 months, HbA1 is a major form, right? Some HbF may be still found when the child is 5 months, 6 months, right? So that shouldn't be of much caution. However, when the child is beyond 6 months, that is from 7 month onward, if there is an increased concentration of HbF, then we should always suspect thalassemia, right? Definitely beta hemoglobin will be very low. There are other signs of thalassemia as well, but this is a thing that HbA1 is the major adult form and is dominant in children over 7 months and adults as well. So it has got 2 alpha and 2 beta subunit. Now the second variant of adult hemoglobin has got 2 alpha and 2 delta. Okay, it is a minor form of hemoglobin in adult, and it only has 2 to 3% in adult hemoglobin. Mind it, this HbA2 will rise in case of thalassemia minor. Okay, in fact that is how हीमोग्लोबिन कैसे हम लोग करते हैं ना, हीमोग्लोबिन का इलेक्ट्रोफोरेसिस होता है. वी हैव रेड अबाउट इलेक्ट्रोफोरेसिस, हाउ द प्रोसेस इज डन, राइट. सो हीमोग्लोबिन इलेक्ट्रोफोरेसिस करके दीज चेन्स, सो दीज आर नथिंग बट मिक्सचर ऑफ वेरियस ग्लोबिन्स. सो अल्फा ग्लोबिन, बीटा ग्लोबिन, जस्ट लाइक प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन, सीरम प्रोटीन, हीमोग्लोबिन इलेक्ट्रोफोरेसिस करने से सब ऐसे डिफरेंट बैंड्स मिलता है. सो वी जनरली सी अल्फा एंड बीटा आर मच हायर, right? Gamma is almost negligible and delta is also negligible. However, when after hemoglobin electrophoresis we see that the value of HbA2 is more than this, okay, it is 5%, 6%, then there is that is thalassemia minor or thalassemia carrier, right? And in case of major thalassemia, gamma globin, I mean HbF will be the major one, right? HbA3, regarding that, which we should always forget and don't remember, let us know 1-2 things. So HbA3 is altered form of HbA1. Mind it, इसमें होता है alpha 2 beta 2, okay, but it is altered, कुछ change हो जाता है. What change? Please don't go into the detail. Yes, if you want to go into the detail, I suggest Winthrop's textbook of hematology. इतना मोटा है, you can go and मिलेगा. लेकिन पढ़ के hematologist बन जाओगे, लेकिन first year pass नहीं करोगे, that is not ideal. So approximately 3 to 10%, this is a variant data. Basically it is 3 to 10% of adult hemoglobin, okay. So HbA3 is generally calculated with the HbA1, okay. So HbA1 का percent में few things that are present in old RBCs that are almost dying, 120 days होता RBC का span. So nearly when an RBC is nearing death, the hemoglobin in that is HbA1 is altered somehow, and that is HbA3, okay. Structurally it is, I mean the amino acid sequences are similar, but I mean the globin chains are similar, but amino acid sequences etc. are a bit different. So this is the difference between HbA1 and HbF, okay. So see, prominent after 1 year of life and adult, okay, predominant in fetus and newborn. So strictly speaking, you can say, sir, 4 months, 7 months, 1 year, whatever you want. Basically when the child is growing, when he is beyond the fetal stage and when he has attained certain age, HbA1 will be the major thing, okay. And it is when it is in fetus and newborn, it is fetal hemoglobin. Alpha 2 beta 2, here alpha 2 gamma 2, right. Less affinity towards oxygen and more affinity towards 2,3 BPG known. यहाँ पे उल्टा है, more affinity towards oxygen and less towards 2,3 BPG, right. P50 is much higher, 27, so unloading power of oxygen at tissue level is high, okay. And here P50 is much low, so unloading power of oxygen at tissue level is low. Even if oxygen falls, hemoglobin will remain saturated, so it cannot release, right. And HbA1, this point is important, it will come later. HbA1 is denaturated by alkali, very important. Whenever there is excess alkalosis or there is a drug, administration of drug, this HbA1, adult hemoglobin, can be affected. But fetal hemoglobin is resistant to alkali denaturation. It is a mechanism of protecting the fetus or baby. Progeny should be protected, evolution should be protected. I mean the mother has already lived, right. But the baby, the life of baby is priority, right. I mean evolutionary. Mind it, when you are practicing gynecology, generally it's a question of ethics. Who should you protect? If you are given a choice, बच्चे को बचा सकते हैं, मम्मी को बचा सकते हैं, generally we always prefer to save the life of mother, because mother again can conceive, right. We are not going into all those details, but evolutionary protection is towards fetus, okay. So this difference is important. Basically we have discussed all these points and you can write this difference on your own, and this is the oxygen dissociation curve of fetal hemoglobin versus adult hemoglobin. So fetal hemoglobin, it has shifted towards the left, okay. So this is over, the class is over. We have studied fetal hemoglobin and adult hemoglobin, and from next class we'll be dealing with other variants of hemoglobin, right, abnormal variants. And so feel free to get back to me in the comment section, and I will see you soon with another video. Till then, bye and take care.